Okay, folks, this will be an extremely challenging one. I don't know if this one's got any chance of coming off, but we're going to try anyhow. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say, folks. I don't know if this one's going to come off at all. It's really, I'll be really enlarging really small things. Okay, let's see what this challenging one is. It is a glass tile that I found. So it's a glass tile, very colourful and sparkly, but very challenging. I can just see little marks there that could make a nice piece out of it, potentially really tiny area and detail that we're going to be enlarging. So we're just going to put it in the corner, maybe not all the way up in the corner, just enough to, just put it there. Maybe drop a sheet of paper behind it, or maybe we'll just drop the dock feeder on it, just to save a bit of black toner. Yeah, that's better than I thought. I can't see much of the sparkle, but I can see that detail that we're so interested in emphasising. I don't know how it's going to look, folks. I don't know how it's going to play out. I like these tiles, these glass tiles. These are mosaic ones. See if I can get that to enlarge nicely. So I'm just going to overlap the edges. Yeah, looks interesting. You can just make out some of those lovely sparkles. Do wonder how we're going to make this look any good. So those little marks there. I'm going to put that in the corner there. This dock feeder was too far down when I did it. going to do something else. I do think that colour scheme looks shit, so we're going to change it to a negative positive. Let's see what we can get out of it, folks. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting, actually. The colours in the lines are really nice. I do think maybe I might have to move it up a bit, perhaps. But I do like the overall result, even though it looks a bit minimalist, you could say. It's a very minimalist looking piece. We just got to get it nicely positioned. Stupid pigeon. I don't like birds on my windowsills like pigeons. I don't want to encourage them to roost near my fucking bed. Once a pigeon sat there all night making noises, like scratching noises, I couldn't fucking sleep. So I'm not encouraging any birds to roost on my windowsill, and also cockatoos eating at my fly screen. No, I don't allow it, folks. Sorry. Bit of a distraction, I know. I've got to make sure I don't lose all my settings while I'm caught up in this birdie related shit. Yeah, I couldn't sleep with all that fucking scratching around on that fucking windowsill. No, I don't want that shit. Oh, I've got every right not to have to put up with that shit. Yeah, someone's been feeding the birds. Folks, that's where it comes from. People feeding the birds, they become too friendly and they end up as pests, and you could end up with fucking a bed full of bird mites. Or birds lice, whatever you call them, mites, lice, whatever they go by. Same old shit as far as I'm concerned. I think that looks, it's almost there. I think I made it a bit too high up. Maybe. But yeah, I just get annoyed with birds, folks. I just don't like them in my windowsill. I really don't, folks. I have no fucking liking for them. Don't get me wrong, they're a part of nature, right? They're beautiful in their own right. But I don't want them being pests on my windowsill or above my bed. So I don't really have a liking for that. Just wondering what we're going to do with this. I don't know if I like this one, folks. Maybe I can move it further across. But yeah, folks, I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news. I'm trying to get on Channel 9. with these creative photocopier demos, and it's really proving difficult to get the attention of Channel 9. They don't seem to care about people like myself who are trying to make ends meet and who are trying to get around with life. I'm disabled, and one of the things I found annoying about the news on Saturday and the Friday, I forget when it was, in the morning on Saturday and then on Saturday night, or was it Friday night, they were talking about an art exhibition where you have heaps of different artists selling art for $100 a piece, and some of the artists, this is an incognito art exhibition apparently, and some of the artists are famous artists, and you don't know if you're going to buy an artist that's famous or an artist that's amateur or less famous or not famous. And I just found that annoying, because it's like, why can't they just play my material? You know, why is it they like to just sniff their noses up the asses of the rich and famous artists? They always have to include rich people in their fucking bulletin. It's like, fuck me dead. I can't even afford to have a shower every day because I'm trying to save money on hot water, you know, electricity costs. You know, I have to ration, and I don't know when my stuff, if it'll ever go to air, and it's really quite discouraging the way that people, that they just want to put their noses and their tongues up the asses of the rich and famous and successful. And that's what Channel 9 is all about. They're a bunch of swine, but I need them to get me going, to get my stuff up. Otherwise, I'll never have a decent living. And just because I know they're disabled, for disabled artists, but it's not going to help me. I need to go and make my own way. I can't depend on charities or benevolent societies to give me a living. I'm already on Centrelink, and it's not paying me enough to be an artist. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to Centrelink, because if it wasn't for Centrelink, I'd be on the street, and I'd be on the street if I didn't have social housing. So, you know, I really need to get out there on the 6 o'clock news to get recognised as a real artist, you know, a real fucking artist, just like they do. I really don't want to be reliant on having to eke out a living at a sheltered workshop effectively, to try and supplement my disability pension. So, but I can't live like this. The costs of living are just escalating, and yeah, I can't afford it, folks, much longer. But anyway, that looks really quite interesting. It's minimalist indeed. I think we can now call it quits, even though I really wish it wasn't so minimalist. But that's how you get it. That's the art world, folks. Gotta go.